Okay, welcome YouTube. This might be kind of weird for you guys, but your boy updated the setup. I can actually see, actually I can't sometimes. I actually updated the setup, dog, so we're going to be trying doing some just more educational videos, things that you guys want me to talk about more in depth. Also, I will be doing some recording in the sense of like ranking diets, ranking workout splits, ranking, I don't know. I want to do more reacting videos to just things I see, just more fun. I'll do some anime yaps here too. Whatever you guys ask for, I'll fucking just talk about because y'all know I'm a yapper. But I think for the first one, tried and true, I'm gonna do like a Dorian style. Like I really like this whole like how to aggressive diet 101. I can do a regular how to get in shape, dog, but I feel like we all know at this point, bro, calorie deficit. But I'm just gonna talk to you guys about how I just go about dieting in general and just how to set up an aggressive diet, because there's a couple of ways to do it, right? So this is gonna be right here, bro. Aggressive. Spelling's gonna be crazy. Cuts 101 with Gabe. Okay, so very freaking simple. First things first, right? Disclaimer for all of you out there, bro. You cannot do an aggressive deficit if you're someone with a very low maintenance. So what I mean by this, if you're somebody who naturally has a 2,000 calorie maintenance, you gotta understand. In my opinion, like aggressive means 1.2 to 1.5 k daily deficit. You feel me? Ain't no 1k 2 pound fat loss. That is not aggressive in the slightest, in my opinion, right? So what you guys need to understand is if you're somebody who has a maintenance of 2,000, yeah, aggressive deficits might not be for you, right? Again, if you want to go, if you're somebody who has a maintenance of 2,000 dog, and then you want to do 2,000, and then you want to do a little 800, you know, say eat 1,200 calories, that's a little bit above, that's like 1.5 pounds a week, that's fine. But that's not aggressive. What I'm talking about is, y'all know the Gabe cut, right? So what I like to move about this is 2 steps. So I'm gonna just use me as an example, right? My maintenance calories are roughly around 2,400, 2,500, right? So for me to be in a 2 pound weight, like a week weight loss, I'd have to eat around 14 to 1,500 calories. But Gabe, you said you can't, your maintenance is super low. How are you going to get into a 1.5k deficit with that? Because that would put me around this for only 2 pounds of fat loss a week, right? And this is where you're right. Would be the deficit if I was getting about, I'd say, like 18 to 20k steps, right? That's like usually what my maintenance calories are around. They're around 24 to 2,500 if I'm only getting steps in. Which for you guys are probably like, dude, what? That's already with cardio? Yes, to me, 18 to 20k steps is nothing for me. Like that, I'm a very light individual, dog. Like this is easy as fuck. This is not stressful, right? So the way I like to go about this to actually rack up my maintenance calories is to do actual cardio. So we're gonna be aiming for about 30 to 35k steps, right? And this is the way I like to go about it. For one simple reason, bro. Your boy, how do you go back to the painting? I have a low maintenance calories, dog. So if my maintenance is around 2,400, right, with like, let's just say 2,500 to keep it simple, 2,500 with 20k steps, the moment I start adding in an extra 10 to 15k, which is equivalent to about an hour to 2 hours of incline treadmill, right, that would add me to about, like, I'd say around 1,200 calories extra burned, depending on what I'm at. So actually, my maintenance, bro, is somewhere around the realm of like 3,500 calories. Because again, you got to account that I'm also strength training, etc., right? And also during an aggressive cut, you do eat a lot of protein. You know what I'm saying? So that increases your NEAT. So you'll burn more calories through digestion of food. So realistically, right, when I do an aggressive deficit, bro, and I start eating about, let's say if I were to eat the same 1,500 calories that it would be before, that would have, because my maintenance calories are around 2,400, right? So if I ate around 1,400 calories before, that would have been around 2 lb a week, right? But now that I'm doing those extra 1,200 calories burned, dude, you feel me? That actually puts me at a good 4 lb a week. I could do a little extra, but let's just say everything goes wrong. That puts me at about a 4 lb eating the exact same 1400 calories, right? And that's the way I like to run about it. NEAT max, bro. Cardio max to the fucking moon. However, not everybody can do this for the reasons that, number one, it takes a shitload of time because you're going to have to be doing a lot of walking. And it's going to be intentional walking, right? Because if you're somebody like me who's very light, trust me, quit worrying about steps, bro. Steps will not save you, bro. Like, you saw how my maintenance calories was around 2,400 with 20k steps. I don't like steps because steps don't burn a lot of calories. Incline steps do burn a lot of calories. But also, the main thing y'all got to peep, bro, is understand your limits, right? So a lot of people can't do this. A lot of people will just rebound and get a shit ton of weight the moment they just start doing this because, dude, you're tired. You're hungry as fuck from all that fucking cardio. Old Gabe used to do this, except he would eat back all the calories just because I would binge. So you gotta be careful, right? So this is option one. What I like to do is go insanely stupid, insanely stupid with that boom boom until I lose like a good 4 to 8 pounds, etc. Like I probably do it in 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, and then eventually, after your weight loss stalls, then I'd start increasing my calories. So like I'd go from 1400, right? Like I said, I'd probably go up to like 1800, and then I'd decrease cardio from like 2 hours to like 1 hour, right? And then see how much I'm losing that week, and then repeat 2K until eventually I'm back down to my original. Like actually, at this point I should be leaner, right? So my maintenance calories would probably drop a little bit to like 2200. But at this point, I'd be doing like, I'd probably be back to like, again, 20k steps only because I'm lean and I'm done with my goal, right? And I'd kind of just slowly reverse my calories up. Like, hold up, how do you reset this shit? There's gotta be a way that you could just clear all. Right? How do you do? Give me a second, y'all. How do you reset the entire thing? There's gotta be like a method. Right? There's gotta be a way. There's gotta be a way. Let's see. Whatever. So slowly it would start like this. Aggressiveness. How do you go to brush? Let's start aggressiveness, and then it'd go like this, like this, like this, like this, like this, as you get leaner until you hit a point, because the leaner you get, the less fat you can pull off, right? So if you're somebody who's really fat, you're tubby, gang, this is you, you have all this excess body fat right here. This is fat, this is fat, this is your stomach. At first, dude, you could probably lose up to like 8 lb a week. You could do a huge deficit, right? Like if you're spamming a shit ton of cardio, if you're not eating, you could lose a lot of body fat. But once you get really small, really skinny, like you're around 15% to like 12% body fat, bro, you can't lose as much because there's not as much fat to lose, right? So like, yeah, realistically the calories would be a lot lower, but this is when your body starts actually wanting to tap into muscle. When you're big tubby, fam, your body does not give a fuck. It's just going to start using all the fat because you have a hell of it. But once you start getting into these digits, this is when you want to be careful and you actually want to take it slow, right? Like if you're going the aggressive deficit way, obviously. The second way I like to do the aggressive deficit route. So I showed y'all start slow and then always just reverse diet up. That's my type of method. But honestly, that's just the way I like to go about it. If you're somebody that doesn't have a really high maintenance, I mean, you could also do this, bro. You could also do like you could also like, let's say, let's go back to the 2,500 calorie idea. I told you, like, if this is your maintenance, you could very simply just do what I like. Again, you can't, like, I would only recommend the second option if you have a lot of, like, if you're heavier, like, if you're naturally a big guy, like, if you're following me and you're big, and your maintenance calories are, like, 3K, then you could do a little 1,500 calorie deficit, starve a little bit, boom, 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 and only do, like, 30 minutes of cardio, and then you'll probably be losing around 2.5 to 3 pounds a week. Like, that's fine, but you have a naturally high maintenance, because you probably have a lot of muscle mass or a lot of body fat. For me and the girlies, gang, we can't do that, because we don't have a lot of muscle mass or a lot of weight. So a lot of you girls that are like, I want to do that too, you can't. Because even if you were to like NEAT max the way I'm NEAT maxing, bro, it's hard. I mean, it's hard. I mean, look, the same principle at the end of the day really does apply to you. Except also you can't lose as much fat if you're a girl as fast. Because you do have basic things and you'll lose your hormones and shit. Like, for example, like if I push my calories down really low, like I'll like, let's say I only give a fuck about protein and I stop thinking about carbs, right? Like I'd probably try to aim for like 140, 145 grams right now, like if I'm doing a really aggressive deficit. And that would be around, what is that? Let's do some math with your boy, gang. 4, right? Because 4 calories per gram, you feel me? That'd be 16, 18. Gotta carry the 1. Y'all, some math with Gabe. That's 580. It's about 580 calories of just straight protein. And then, yeah, like let's just say I could realistically cut on like 1,000 calories if I really wanted to, because then I just put the rest in the fats and I'll be straight like 1,000 calories. Realistically, I could do that and get cut really quickly, because like I don't have periods, you know what I'm saying? I'd feel like shit and it wouldn't be smart at all, because my training would suffer and then I'll actually start losing muscle. But I could do that realistically, especially as a guy. Like, even though, like, for example, like I told you, my maintenance calories would be like 2,400, 2,500. If I did the exact same shit but just ate 1,000 calories, I would lose that much weight. I would feel like shit, but I would be able to do it, right? Well, a lot of you girls wouldn't. A lot of you girls would crash and have a fucking, you know what I'm saying, you lose your period and just shit that is irreversible, which is why y'all have to tap in just the slow deficit method. So if you're somebody who wants to go the slow method, there's also, like, this is another amazing way how to lose body fat, bro. Like, I'm telling you, this is what I low-key did my first aggressive cut, but, like, again, this is just the way I like to run my deficits, bro. I'm gonna give you a quick example. Again, this is not even that aggressive, but it's super simple. 2,400, we do week 1, right? This is maintenance calories. This is the way, even to this day, like, I'd probably run a deficit like this. Like, aggressive deficits aren't even all that unless you're really fat, right? 2,400 calories, like, week 1 is my maintenance. It's the way I like to run it, bro. Week 2, bro, I like to tap in. I'll do, like, 1,800. You feel me? 1,800, I'll probably rock this shit for, like, 2 weeks. And then after 2 weeks, I'd go down to, like, 1,600. And I'd slowly, like, week 3. Like, this is week 3. I'd rock this shit for 2 weeks. I'll see how much I'm losing. And then actually what I'd do at this point is, like, I'd probably start cardio here, like, at 30. Once I get to this, rather than dropping it after those 2 weeks, I'd increase cardio to 1 hour, right? And at this point, I've been dieting for 6 weeks, I'd say, right? Now, so week maintenance, boom, and this is 2 weeks. I'd do 2 weeks on this, on 1,600 calories, and then I'd add the hour of cardio, so that's 6 weeks. And then what I like to do, bro, is I like to call it a hell week. So every single time I do a diet, like, I'd probably go down to 1,200. This is, like, the lowest I usually like to go, honestly. I'll do this. And then at this point, bro, cardio, we talking about an hour 30. And I do this for a week, by the way. And now we're doing an hour 30. And then we do, like, steps max. Like, there ain't even a minimum for it. There's a minimum, but there's no maximum. You just spam that shit, right? And what I just gave you, I gave you 6 weeks worth of progress. So after you get to week 6, right, where you're at this mark of about 1,200 and like an hour 30 cardio, what you're gonna do is week 7's gonna roll around, because this is, for at least for me, dude, I feel like shit on 1,200 calories. So I'm gonna do week 7, especially with this much cardio, you're fucked. Week 7 rolls around, and I'm gonna keep the 1,200, bro. Well, I'll do like a range. Like, I do like 1,200 to 1,300, but I'd lower the cardio from that to 1 hour. Trust me, you'll be so grateful. Like, the hour now will be light work. And we'll come to week 8, and then I'll keep the cardio at about an hour, high key. But then now we're gonna do like 1,450. And then the next week, right, we'll do 1,600. And I low-key won't drop the hour cardio until eventually I get back up to maintenance. And what's happening, dude, is you'll continue to get leaner. Like, this is you as your calories go up. You feel me? Like, right now we're going for 1,200 versus 1,450. But this is still a deficit for you, because your maintenance calories, let's say, would be like, it started at 2,400. Now you're leaner. It'll probably be like 2,200. This is still a deficit, yet you're eating more food. So you'll still be losing body fat, except you'll be losing it a lot slower, which is good, because if you're peeping back to, like, what I told you, you're leaner. You should be leaner. You should have lost more body fat at this point. So the leaner you get, the less fat you want to lose quicker, because, you know what I'm saying, you'll lose muscle mass. And you'll do this shit until you eventually tap back up to 2,200. And then at that point, bro, you should be done with the diet. Like, look, I don't know how much weeks you're going to run this for. Like, when I did this, it was probably, like, around, it took me exactly, like, this much time. But let's say you run this process, and because you have a lot of weight to lose, and you don't know what to do next because you still have weight to lose and you're back up to maintenance, then you just chill at maintenance for a little bit. Like, I'd say, like, a month, bro. And after you're in that bitch for, like, a month, couple weeks, right, where you've been chilling at 2,200, but now you're way leaner than last time, right? You cycle, bro, rinse and fucking repeat until you're fucking dead. You know what I'm saying? So this is your physique right here, bro. I don't know how to draw with this thing. These are biceps, bro. You feel me? Rah, you got big thighs, and you have like, this is a six-pack, and you are happy as hell because you are lean. And that's like literally just a simple ass example of how I would run an aggressive cut, or how, I mean, I guess this would still be considered an aggressive cut, but in my opinion, right? Or just a more quick cut, because I guess most people would do like, most people would do 2400 and then they'd subtract 500 and then they'd keep that running until they eventually stalled, and then they decrease calories and then they decrease calories. No, what I'm doing is I already know exactly in 2 weeks, bro, regardless, I'm dropping that shit. Like, let's say week 2 rolls around, bro. Right, hold up. Let's say like a normal cut, like you're in a 500 calorie deficit and it's week 2, you're probably still gonna be losing a pound a week, right? So you'd probably just run that shit until you probably get to like week 5, and then you'll lose like 0.75, and then that's when most people will be like, will keep running it until eventually they stop losing body fat. For me, bro, even if we're at week fucking 2, and your boy still lost that pound, week 3 rolls around, bro, I'm still lowering the calories and increasing the cardio like I told y'all. So actually the next week I'll probably be losing 1.5. And then 2 weeks from that I'll be losing 1.5 again. Like, it just keep going and going. Like, I wouldn't wait for my body to naturally get slower, because what happens when you go with option 1, it will just take more time. So this is like an aggressive approach, but it'll just be less aggressive and it's more relatable. Like, not everybody can do the insanely high cardio method or the really high maintenance calories, like for men who maintain on 3,500 calories because they're just jacked as fuck. But yeah, bro, hopefully this was a first good YouTube video for the account. Let me know what other videos you guys want me to react to. I have some good content coming up, but definitely want to start reacting to some diets, doing tier lists, anime talks, just more lifestyle content too would be kind of lit. But please let me know any questions. Love ya. Peace.